He's crying to God, the Creator. My God, why have you forsaken? Yes. Which God is Jesus wanting help? Secondly, open the book of Luke 6 verse 12. And it was in the evening, and Jesus went to the mountains to pray and to worship God. Which God is he worshiping? And he is God. Hey. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We have, I think I have around 3 minutes, but let me just leave it because of injury time. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Takbir! Takbir! Sheikh Ibrahim Abdullah dakika 8 ku dakika ze.
On Sheikh Ibrahim has left 8 minutes of his time.
Kakati mbadde njagala bwenti.
So this is what I'm This is what I'm requesting you.
Nti twava wano tubagamba mu Kampala tugenze Mbale naye tulinayo ekikulu ekyamaanyi kitwakola Mbale eyo.
We left here and told you we are going to Mbale, and then we did something great in Mbale.
Omu ku bakulu abaali bakulira agamu ku makanisa ag'Embale n'abeera nga yasobola okubeera nti asiramuka.
One of the church leaders in Mbale, one of the greatest church leaders in Mbale decided to embrace Islam.
Kati mbadde njala musaba dakika 5 ajja ababuuzeeko katono Moses, dakika 5 ajja azikozese ababuuzeeko n'ensonga emu 2 tuleke tubeere nga tu.
So I'm here presenting him to you in 5 minutes so that I can tell you why did he leave.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nebaza nnyo Allah olw'akaseera kano nze nange okubeerako wano mu maaso gammwe. I think let me use English. My names are, or let me say I was Reverend Moses Eli Mulori from the Diocese of Mbale. The brother to my elder brother is also Reverend Milton Shisa. He's a graduate and is working in Mbale Cathedral. I've been a pastor or a reverend for quite a good time of 17 years. That's my experience as a pastor. And I've almost traveled in the whole diocese of Mbale. But when this brethren, Sheikh Ibrahim, and the whole organizing committee of this gospel, when they came to Mbale, they preached this truth, and I was there. I gave them some questions, which questions they answered me, and I lacked nothing to respond to them anymore. So what I decided, I said, really the truth is Islam, and Muhammad is the prophet of the most living God. And I decided from that moment to become a Muslim, and at this moment I'm urging my brothers, the pastors, let me say, although they may keep quiet here, the word is still in them. It will grow in them, and one time I pray that Allah will make them Muslims.
Takbir!
I know the time which was allocated to me is little, but I'm saying to my dear pastors who are here. I was also a pastor like you. I was spiritually heavy in the word of God in the Bible. But one time, God convicted me to denounce all the blasphemies which I used to utter unto the living God, who is not born and who cannot beget a son. So God is God. You cannot link him to a man, a mere man. So Jesus is just a prophet of the most living God, but is not God.
Thank you very much. Inshallah.
Thank you. As I go back to sit, I'm telling you that I'm not the first to say that I was a reverend to become a Muslim. But I followed my brother, who was also a pastor, and he will also come here. You'll see him. So I'm going back to sit, but know the controversies which are in the Christian teachings. So please, whoever is here, I appeal to you that from today, if not here, as you go back, go and analyze these words. And even in your room, please, Toa Takbir and say Allahu Akbar, and you say you also say Ashahada. You say there is no God, but only one God, and Muhammad is his prophet. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi.
Now my names are Musa Ali Mulori. I'm a teacher, by the way. And I'm now preaching the gospel of truth. That is Islam.
Thank you.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Tulina essaawa namba nga ya bibuuzo naye kaakati kye tugenda okukola ex-reverend dakiika 2 naye yogera Luganda ate ggwe njagala oyogere Luganda katono.
Takbir! Takbir! Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Amma ba'du, assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Just a moment, my brother Zane. Eri baganda bange abasiraamu n'abo batanaba kufuna kakisa ka kusiramuka bababuulidde amannya mpitibwa ex-reverend James ali wano etosi okuva Mbale, ndi musajja mugisu. Mungu yansaasira omwaka 1996 oluvannyuma ya Uganda Muslim Dawa Association ekulira omukadde waffe Sheikh Twaha Segujja okujja Mbale, n'ayogera ebigambo nga ebigambo bye yayogera sibiwulirangako kasookedde nsaavinga ekkanisa emyaka 12. N'olwekyo sijja kwogera bigambo biwanvu nnyo according to my history, according to my embracing Islam, kubanga mukadde waffe Zeni ali bubi nnyo, ebibuuzo bimwokya. Naye njagala omusomi onsomereko ka vaasi emu yokka, Quran 3:3. Only one verse, my brother Zen.
Quran chapter 3, just this verse.
Verse 3.
Verse 3 goes like this. It is he who sent down the book, the Quran, to you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with the truth, confirming what came before it, And he sent down the Torah and the Injil gospel.
Stop there. It is he, God, who sent down the book, the Quran, to you, Muhammad, with truth message as a confirmation of the last 3 books, the Torah, Psalms, and the Gospel. The question goes to my brothers in, where are those 3 books, and why are they missing in the universe? Why do we have the Bible today? Chapter 2, verse 79.
Like
Surah
this.
Baqarah.
Surah 2, chapter 2, verse 79
Yeah.
goes like this. Woe unto those,
Yes.
woe unto those,
Yes.
then woe to those who write the book with their own hands and then say, this is from God, Allah.
Woe to them, zibasanze, those who sat around the tables and started writing a book with their own hands and said that this book came from Allah. That is a lie. Isaiah chapter 10 verse 1. That's my last verse.
Isaiah chapter 8 verse 1 goes like this. Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 1 goes,
Verse 1.
goes like this.
Yeah.
Then the Lord said to me, chapter 8 verse 1.
Chapter 10 verse 1.
10 verse 1 goes like this.
Yes.
Woe to those who decree iniquitous decrees,
Yes.
and the writers who keep writing wrong things.
Ne Bible ekonfaminga Quran negamba nti batuula ne batwandiika ebiwandiiko ne bagamba nti bivudde wa Katonda. Obwedda muganda wange Zeni byayogera mbitegeera nti it is 70% wrong on the Bible. The Bible was written 70% wrong and 30% slightly correct. The first Bible in the universe was written by a man, a professor, which this man doesn't know. Maybe I teach him. The first Bible was written in Hebrew, translated in the Hebrew language by a man, a professor. When they sat around the tables and discussed that we should write another book instead of Torah, Zabur, and the Gospel, that man was very good. That man was called Mr. Ben Aaron Mosh. He wrote the first Bible in the year 1008 in Hebrew language. These Englishmen didn't understand Hebrew language. So they appointed another professor in the year 1525 who was called Erasmus, who wrote the second Bible in the Greek language. That's why you heard from my brother, my teacher. You heard from my teacher, not my brother. My teacher, Ibrahim, he said that the word Bible, it is a Greek word meaning biblical, a collection of books. They sat down and collected that books. If you read Luke chapter 1 verse 1. Nolwekyo olw'obudde research gye nakola ne ndyoka nsiramu kasisobola gimalayo. Naye okusinziira n'akadde obutambi obukwatagana n'emisomo gye nnina nga nakasiramuka gyonna weegiri. Neebaza bakadde bange abanyaniriza mu busiraamu, Sheikh Twaha Seguja ne Sheikh Ibrahim Walugembe Kiti, ne neebaza ne mukadde wange Amiru Dawula Nakasero, kubanga bwe nali n'akalinya mu Kampala yagamba nti omusajja oyo mumuleeta ayogerereko Nakasero. Kansuubire nti nammwe abali wano bwe naagendako mu mizigi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Takbir! Takbir! Ekiseera kino
Right now,
ngenda kuyita omugenyi omukulu kubanga alina programu endala.
I'm going to invite the chief guest.
Ajja ayogereko gye tuli.
CS has got some other programs elsewhere. He's going to come and...
alina programu endala gy'agendako mu kiseera kino.
The chief guest is here with us, so I'm inviting him to come and give us a very brief...
Takbir!
Because he has got some programs elsewhere, so he has to leave immediately.
Sheikh Habibu Kajimu.
It's called Sheikh Habibu Kajim.
Takbir!
All my brothers in Allah and all my brothers who live in the living God, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First, I want to apologize for coming late. I had some functions with the president which delayed me so much. But second, I have another engagement which I have to attend. But really, I am greatly honored to have been asked to be the guest of honor here. And I'm so happy to see that the people of Uganda, who were eating each other some 20 years ago, you have developed so much to the extent that now you can sit here, Muslims and non-Muslims, and bring exalted learners and guests from the United States and other places of the world to come here and talk and discuss about the different aspects of our religion. We as Muslims, we know very well that God in the Quran tells us that id'u ila sabili rabbika bilmaw'idhati id'u ila sabili rabbika bilhikma wal maw'idha al-hasana. That please, God was talking to our Prophet Muhammad, which is an order to all of us Muslims, that please invite people to the path of your Lord, Allah, by that please, God was talking to our Prophet Muhammad, which is an order to all of us Muslims, that please invite people to the path of your Lord, Allah, by preaching using the best manners and in the most civilized manner, using wisdom and good preaching. To our Christian brothers, I'm not an expert on the Bible, but that is the teaching of Islam. We are taught, we are ordered by God to invite everybody to God's path using good preaching and wisdom. In Uganda here, this is what we need. We need the freedom of religion, which we have, in which we can sit as brothers in God, at least as brothers in God, and discuss our differences. We are striving for the truth. If you are striving for the truth, there is no reason for being anarchical, for fighting one another, for being unreasonable. Let's discuss. Let's have what we call dialogue. In Arabic, it is called hiwar. وَجَادِلْهُمْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ. We want to have dialogue in a way that is civilized. We want to have a dialogue where a Muslim can say his word, a Christian, whether with all your different ways, whether you're a Protestant, a Catholic, an Orthodox, or whoever, Greek, Russian, whatever, you can say your word, and we listen to you, and we will follow the best. I hope that God guides all of us to his path, which we are all striving to go to heaven. We are all fighting for one thing, to go to heaven. And we are all striving to do the good. If you want to be good, the first thing you have to have is good manners and wisdom. And this is what I have seen from this organization, where our brothers led by Amir Dawla, Sheikh Taha Seguja, and all who have been responsible for organizing this forum. You have done a great service for our country. You have done a great service in the name of Allah. My job here is to encourage you on this path of friendly and brotherly dialogue. No one of us, none of us, can claim that I have seen God. So if you haven't seen God, why do you kill another man for God that you haven't seen? Please read, analyze, understand, and follow the best. Don't be biased. Don't be too radical. God has got different ways of showing people light. If your brother has not understood the message, explain it to him in his way. And I really hope everyone who listens to this dialogue takes it in the best spirit, that we are trying to guide each other, we are trying to help each other, we are trying to build the best society that serves God and most importantly, serves our countries for development. In an environment of respecting each other and being civilized people who can exchange views until we can convince each other to do what is right. I want to thank all of you who have come in this magnitude, this huge congregation. I didn't expect you to be as many as this. I really want to thank you to be here to welcome our brothers in religion, our Christian brothers. It is important for them to understand. I always tell my Christian friends, and I have many all over the world, I keep telling them that please, don't be too biased against us Muslims. We don't refuse Christianity. We don't refuse Jesus. You cannot be a Muslim if you refuse Jesus. You can't be a Muslim if you insult Jesus Christ or any of the prophets of God. A proper Muslim, and not even that, a proper mu'min, which is a higher degree, a believer of religion, a proper mu'min must believe in all the prophets of God, which include Jesus Christ. That's our Islam. That's the religion we follow. You cannot be a good Muslim if you are biased against Jesus Christ, if you insult Jesus Christ, if you insult the books of others. We read with great respect the Bible, but we are seeking the truth in the Bible. That's all. Nothing else. That's all. I hope our brothers who traveled across the oceans from the United States, you'll go back with this message. Your country is so much biased against Islam because of the lack of knowledge. In the country where I grew up in Libya, we say, the person who doesn't know you will always be biased against you. Please open your hearts and understand that Islam is God's religion. Whether you like it or not, whether you're a Muslim or not, just read Islam and understand. Knowledge will set you free. Just understand Islam. You will be free of hatred if you can understand Islam. You will be free of bias if you can understand Islam. Please just read. Seek knowledge. The first message that God sent to Muhammad is for him to read, to study, to understand from the great God that taught man with a pen. And Muhammad was not a reader. He was illiterate. That shows you the greatness of Islam. That from a man who never studied anything, the first thing he was taught is reading and understanding. I call on my Christian brothers, especially in the United States, please read about Islam. Please stop blind bias. Please understand us, understand our religion. You will live better in peace with yourselves, in peace with us. We don't want wars. All that we want is peace, respect, and understanding. I don't want to go too far. هذا السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Baganda bange mwenna ne banyiraze mwenna abakuŋŋaanya wano olwaleero, nebaza Katonda atukuŋŋaanyiza wano olwaleero nga n'olukuŋŋaana lwaleero lwakubaganya birowoozo ku ntegeeragana ya Katonda n'abantu be be yatonda ku nsi, n'okukkaanya ku bigambo bye nga bwe yabissa era nga bw'abyagala bikolagane naye wakati we naffe. Naye nga bwe mukitegedde nti okujja kuwa omuntu kuyise mu bizibu bingi ate kuyise mu bukulembeze bungi. N'olwekyo mu bukulembeze obwo obuliwo bwajja bukyusa ebintu ku lw'okwagala okugiyisaawo embeera nga bweri. N'olw'emyaka emiwanvu egiyitiridde kyafuula ekikyamu okuba ekituufu. Ekitukaayanya olwaleero ye Trinity, obusatu. Obusatu obwo ntandikwa yakuteekawo kwa muntu senga osomye ku Bishop Asanasio ng'agenze mu lukiiko lw'e Sinodi mu Eddi mu kyasa ekyokubiri mu ntandikwa yaakyo, agenda mu Sinodi abuuza nti oba Mariyamu yali lubuto lwa Mwoyo Mutukuvu nga ne Yesu teyalina kitaawe, si ye Crown Prince, olwo afuuka omwana wa Katonda, afuuka omulangira omuntu. Sinodi bw'ekigula n'ekisaasaanya mu Bukristaayo. Obukristaayo obwaliwo mu budde obwo bwasimba ekkuuli nga Bishop Arias yagamba nti kizibu ddala Katonda okuyita mu bwerere bw'omukazi, tekisoboka. Ekyo kya bulimba. N'ayita mu bwerere bw'omukazi ng'omuntu omulala, ne bukeerekya n'abeera ani? Kyaleetera Optic Church ey'omu Egypt n'ey'omu Nubia neyo mu Greece ne mu Ethiopia okulwanyisa ekintu ekyo. Naye Constantine bw'afuuka omukristaayo akozesa amaanyi to persecute abo abaali balwanaganya na Bishop Arias. Bwe batyo ne bawangula oluvannyuma obusatu ne bugira ki ne buyimirirawo. Era y'ensonga lwaki okulaba nga mutume zimuleese ajja ategeeza mutume Katonda amutegeeza ti kul huwa Allahu ahadu Allahu samadu lam yalidi walam yuladu walam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. Yali ajjawo ekyo ekyateekwa mu AD 12 kivaamu 603. Tuwuliziganya akijjawo yaani tukisanze nti obusatu agamba mutume nti bategeeza abo abakuli mu maaso nti Katonda tazaalibwa era teyazaala naye okitegedde bulungi naye aliwo ku lulwe bwannamunigina. Ekyo kyokka bw'onoonya who created the Trinity? Did Jesus talk about it? Not at all. Had he left it in existence, the Christianity could have split into two parts, the pro and the negativity. Therefore, let us accept that we are here debating to the humanism creation and insert them in the words of God. Mwali mulidde kalo obutonde bwa kalo tekalumira naye engeri gy'okaanikamu ne gy'okasa ku lubengo ettaka ne ligenda nga liyingiramu lyerireetera akalo okugira ki okulumira. N'ekigambo kya Katonda tekikoonagana era tekirumira naye gwe akikattamu ky'oyagala kyekireetera okugira ki. Wa hadha assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Takbir! Takbir! Alhaji Abdul Naduri, Chairman LC5 Luero District. Aya. Bamaze okusetinga questions. Ndoza bazo kwetereza baganda baffe kabajje babuuse ebibuuzo byabwe mpola mpola ate tuleke tugende n'ebirala insha Allah.
We are here by inviting Pastor Zane with his team to come and present your questions. Come and present your questions.
Gentlemen, I'm very much happy to be with you this evening. Maybe I introduce to you my names. I'm Julius Ojanji, and I'm a Kenyan by nationality. I'm a theological student here under the guidance and leadership of Zane and others. I want to draw your attention first to get the idea that we came unto this hall knowing that we are going to reason out theological issues, the differences, that is Jesus God. But to my surprise, some of the people are coming here to act drama, as if really to mean the real interpretation of the whole. This is my question. As much as we would like to aspire or to prosper in academic standards, let us not be so easy and eager to define names that are scriptural or somebody's name in your own context. I would like to throw this attention to my learned friend. I'm very much happy to call him learned friend because I have some basic understanding and background in theology. When you define Paul, when you define England, when you define America, remember also somebody can define your name Ibrahim. And maybe it won't be of your favor. So this is my question. If Jesus is denied to be God, and as much as you accept Jesus was a prophet, as we look unto Luke chapter 3 verses 1,
during the baptism of Jesus, the voice from heaven confirmed the baptism. And Jesus said, yes, I want to ask.
Takbir.
You read and confirm that Jesus, before he began his ministry, a voice confirmed from heaven, and it was a voice of God, that is my only son whom I love. Not only that, before I ask my question, get the reference in Mark chapter 9, verses 1 to 12. During the transfiguration, Moses appeared, Elijah appeared, and they were engulfed in the same wolf. So my question is, throughout Muhammad's ministry, was there any confirmation from God that indeed he is son of God, or he has powers beyond other prophets the way it was to Jesus?
Thank you very much. Asante sana brother kutoka Kenya. Wewe nnyo mnafe.
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
I'm a student from Calvary Chapel Bible College, Kampala. And my question goes to this brother. If Jesus was just a mere prophet, by what power did he resurrect? Because you see that some prophets never resurrected. Thank you.
Third question.
Assalamu alaikum. My question is going to Sheikh Ibrahim. I said that God doesn't change. I know that he read a verse in Exodus, I think chapter 3, verse 14. Moses, he was tending the sheep, and he met God in a flame of fire. Then, the voice that came out of the bush, it was said that I am God, the father of Abraham. That means that he was God who came. That's the voice of God that came out of the fire, of the flame of burning bush. Then that no one was there but just only fire. And I asked Sheikh Ibrahim, if God himself can transform himself into a fire, what can forbid him to transform him into a man whom he created in his image?
Three questions. Only three. Ebibuuzo bisatu. Inshallah. Sheikh Ibrahim.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Definitely, I think I was not writing down, but I was just getting the questions. The first question came from my Kenyan brother. Yes, I'm a Kenyan too, by nationality. And your question was very good, but out of topic. But I'll answer you. The topic was, is Jesus God? But he brought another topic about Jesus being the Son of God. He quoted a verse from the book of Mark, from the book of Luke, from the book of John, from the book of Matthew. If you get in Matthew 3:16, I'm helping you another verse. When Jesus was finished baptism, he just came on top of the earth. And then the heavens opened, and you see a spirit of the Lord like a dove coming up from heaven. And a voice came from heaven saying, "This is my son, my beloved son, listen to him." Is it true? Nice and lovely. And then he put a question. His question is, if God's authority, if God has appointed and he has known Jesus from heaven, why should you deny him? Is it true? That was the question. What did you say?